That concludes our build for today, but that does not conclude the stream. For now, it is time for Community Creation Showcase. We are showing off the wonderful, wonderful creations you in our community have made by submitting onto our Discord server. First up, we have Ted, who has sent us Shelf 2.0. Now, I really dig this because this reminds me when I was first starting out as a locksmith. I myself really wanted to make a shelf of sorts myself because I had a bunk bed at the time, and I wanted an efficient way to drop toys from my top bunk down to my table down below. I thought maybe like a big old shelf slide made out of cardboard would be the way to do that. I never got around to making it, but the idea was still there. And seeing someone actually like going through and go above and beyond that very concept in their own life, I just really think that's neat. So good job, Ted. Next up, we've got a P90 sent to us by Splitzer. Really cool indeed. Really, really cool. I don't make a lot of guns out of cardboard, but there's no denying that cardboard locksmith gunsmiths are quite talented, and Spinzer is definitely one of them. P90. I run a P90 build when I play Payday 2 sometimes, so I'm very familiar with the weapon. Very neat design. Yeah, that's definitely a P90. It looks just like one. Yo, Epic Games, if you by chance wanna add a expansion pack to Fortnite where things are made out of cardboard and drop me into the game, I would not be mad at that. You know, you can reach me at my business email, contact me at jefftheboxsmith.com. Just throwing that out there. Anyways, back to work. P90, very neat looking. Good job, Spin. Here we have something from our primary admin in the server and friend of mine, Faye Helmet. An armor that she completed in one afternoon, she says. Very, very nice. Y'all should go check out Faye's stuff. She's on TikTok too. Banana Man Please sends us, just made this last night for a school history project. It is a tank. I don't play many tank games, so I'm not really sure tank games, nor I've got tank games on the ring because I recently watched the Russian Badgers video on War Thunder. I don't know if this is a replica of a real-life tank, but even if it is, whether it is really cool looking. And I forgot to put in the slideshow here, but there's actually a little function in the tank that if you open one of these compartments, you can actually house a little army man. I saw that Banana Man sent that as well. I just think that's really neat. I just love attention to detail in crafts like that. So excellent job there, Banana Man. Excellent job indeed. Next up, Cactus Boy 25 brings us goggles for an SCP MYF cosplay. I know SCP. I'm not really sure. I'm not really familiar with MYF, but from the appearance of it, I'm assuming it's one of the on-site guardsmen on there, maybe related to that one game for it that came out recently. I don't know. Either way, Cactus Boy looks really good. I like it a lot. A lot of people have asked me if I would ever make goggles out of cardboard, and fun fact, I actually did try it once. And they didn't look the best. They kind of looked like donuts on my head. The thing I like about my current goggles is the little like detail and stuff on them, and I could make something that detailed out of cardboard if I wanted to, but I just don't, honestly. I don't know. I think I'm really big on the idea of subtlety in design, and I think on top of my massive cardboard gauntlet and everything like that, cardboard goggles on top of that would just be a bit too much, you know? The whole base design of my appearance is just like the nice base, and then it's cardboard as the flare on top of that. It like explains the goggles and the mask tell you that this is a person who works in a field that's mechanically inclined, and the big old gauntlet tells you that they are a boxsmith, you know? Says I work with cardboard. So you put the whole appearance together, you get, that is the boxsmith. And these cardboard goggles are really neat. I like the ingenuitive use of different materials, like, I think that's colored in Sharpie. I'm not sure how well you can see like that, Cactus Boy, but I still really dig the idea to do that. I think that might be an actual elastic strap from real goggles, so all in all, really good build. Akuto, who has sent, so I just combined a lot of some axes from Google, and behold, this Behemoth came out. His name is Behemoth. Very cool, Akuto. Very cool indeed. I really like that idea, taking a bunch of different axe designs from the internet and then putting them together to make one cool creation. I really like the use of the stripped, what's the word looking for? I don't know, the first layer of the cardboard skin stripped off to give that little rough texture effect. I really think that's neat. I wonder what if anything, you used to make the spine for the actual blade of the axe. Because that's something I've always had some issue with when making axes in general. That's why I currently haven't made a lot of them. I mean, I totally can, it's just I've never had much incentive to, because I have to figure out how to get around making elaborate designs, but also giving them a very stable spine, things like that. My Leviathan axe is a happy accident because I happen to have a lantern staff that I used that had a piece of metal that was built into it, so it had that perfect curve that I was able to make it into the actual axe and things like that. It's not a particularly common piece to have, to find, so... But point aside, it's a really nice axe. You should be very proud of yourself. Ted wanted to show off a completed chest plate that they made for this work-in-progress armor that they've got here. I think it's really cool. I really dig the sword. It reminds me of Asta's sword from Black Clover. The Crusader aesthetic is really neat. All in all, really good job. I really like the blending of both cardboard and what appears to be duct tape to add not only, I'm assuming, some structural support as in holding it together, but also like paint and design and everything like that. It's really cool. You should be proud of yourself, Ted. I need Battle Pass says, my first katana, it's pretty sharp and sturdy. I also cut paper and stuffed in cardboard. Yeah, I love it. I love it. First katana, let's go. Really neat. I really dig how you like use like cardboard wrapping for the Suba. It's a really neat design choice. You even made it a sheath. Coming from personal experience, making a sheath out of cardboard and making it look good is not particularly easy. So props to you, Battle Pass. That looks really good, especially for your first attempt. I Don't Care has made some sickles and also dual-wielding Viking axes. What irony. You're making sickles here today too. And the axes look really cool. I really dig the Viking aesthetic. It reminds me of, while not properly identical, it reminds me of the whole "witness me" thing from Mad Max Fury Road. Like, I just imagine like a Viking ready to enter Valhalla, mortally wounded but two axes in hand, just jumping from a cliff into the enemies below, shouting, "Witness me!" I just, looking at those axes makes me think of that. I just think that's kind of neat. I really like the use of duct tape to give off the appearance of metal and also leather down here and things like that. So if I'm looking at this correctly, that looks like you used masking tape and then duct tape on top of that to create like variation, like proper like wrapping on it. I think that's really neat. Very creative indeed. Good job. This one I wanted to put into things because it really emphasizes the point I've been trying to make all this time about how A, critical it is to use spines in your builds, but B, also how you can use virtually anything as a spine. Case in point, I Don't Care has used a mop stick, a mop handle, for his sword, for their sword here. And I just think that's great. I just love, like, I would love to like meet one of y'all at like a convention at some point and y'all just pull up with your cardboard weapon and you're like, yeah, there's a mic stand inside of this thing. It's like, pull up with like the most obscure thing you could think of that you use as a spine. Like backpackless day at a school spirit fair. It was like, nah, this is my cardboard axe, but for the spine I used 12 hangers rubber banded together. Or like, this is my cardboard power armor and I used the entirety of an unassembled IKEA bookshelf to make it. Potato has made Young Vi / Vander's gauntlets from Arcane. Not an exact replica, and because they use too much hot glue, but I can still see it. I can still absolutely see it. Sometimes you don't always need the exact replica. Sometimes you're in the middle of boxsmithing something, and you just realize that you're not going to be able to get it perfectly, so you might as well just deviate and do your own thing. I've done that plenty of times. It's a completely valid strategy. But as for the designs themselves, they look really cool, and it's been a couple months since I last saw Arcane, but from my memory says, yeah, it looks exactly like them. So, great job. Ugh, Arcane though. Really good show, but ugh, my emotions. I Don't Care has also said, someone asked me what sword my PE teacher was going to use, but I didn't have a picture of it. So apparently, from what I've seen in the chat, there is lore behind this sword. Basically, I Don't Care has challenged their PE teacher to trial by combat, which is awesome. One, based PE teacher. Two, also I Don't Care to actually, challenge their PE teachers. So you know what? I'm not sure if the fight's happened just yet, but let me back you up. I will give your weapon of choice. I know it's not exactly this one, but whatever one you choose, I shall give it the blessing of a boxsmith. As I, Jeb the Boxsmith, decree, may this weapon used by user I Don't Care strike true. May he strike down all opponents who dare trespass upon them. May the weapon serve its purpose, stay together, and when its time is done, may it be put to rest, and may the stories behind it be told for generations. Your weapon now has the blessing of the locksmith. Go forth and fight. Cardboard Trench Raider has this music isn't really the right vibe for this. That's better. Yeah. Cardboard Trench Raider, who's also on TikTok, you should check him out, says, I put my stuff on backwards. I'm sorry, just the way that it is typed reminds me of, I'm gonna put my cat on the mic.
Dude, what are you doing?
But it's a really cool arsenal here. The cardboard trench raider makes a lot of like World War I inspired armaments out of cardboard. It's really neat. I really dig the subculture of boxsmiths who make stuff out of like that makes stuff that are like replicas of iconic weaponry from history, things like that. It appears we've got is that an M1 Garand? It would make sense for the time period, but it also looks like a couple of other guns, like the Nagant and stuff like that. My knowledge of classic firearms is alright. It's not stellar, but it's alright. But still, the gear, the drip goes hard. You should be very proud of yourself, Trench Raider. Alright, Grassy Needs Katana has 2 submissions here. It says making Zora's Sendai Katetsu Katana, and a work in progress glitch pop dagger from Valorant. Oh, neat. I know what the Sendai Katetsu looks like. I have never played Valorant, so I'm not really sure what the glitch pop dagger looks like, but it still looks really neat. Both designs are really good. Yeah, you can tell from the Suba that that's definitely Sendai Katetsu. It has that type of design. That one and Shizui both have that similar shape. I don't really know what to call it, but like you know when you see it. But all in all, it looks really good. Excellent job with it. Maybe one of these days I'll do like a cardboard quality tier list. That sounds like fun. Crimson Tide says, this is my first time posting here, and I just wanted to show off my first cardboard sword ever. If that's your first cardboard sword, that's incredible. A couple of years, you might put me out of a job. Damn. That's really good. You should be quite proud of yourself. First cardboard sword. Woo-wee! We've got a talented one on our hands. Cool sword. Sent in by the Purple Teletubby. Oh, that is a really cool sword. It also reminds me of Ostis from Black Clover. Really neat indeed. Every boxsmith needs, at some point, to make a sword that dwarfs them in size. That's just really cool. Just having a sword that's just as big, if not bigger than you are. It's just a power move. One of these days, I gotta do that too. Currently, like, the biggest sword I've got on me is, this one I have back here. This is about, give or take, 5 feet even. Winged Hussar! 6. Has made a rapier. Sabaton has ruined me. Anytime I see this person's username, I just think of Winged Hussar! Great song. Very nice, very classy. I like the usage of different things like, tape to mold and form all the different parts of it. Very neat, very elegant. I like it a lot. Good job, Winged Hussar 6. Met, who's actually relatively a newcomer in our community, has made both a Domino's building based one in their local community and a car. Very, very neat. I respect the dedication to be constantly scanning the layout of a building like Domino's enough that you can almost perfectly recreate the interior from memory. And actually doing it, because like I've thought of doing stuff like that before, where it's like, oh, I've lived in this house, maybe I can like recreate it from car, but I'm just like, nah, I'll do it. I'll do it another time that I never do. So you actually went and did that, and I think that's really neat. Keep going, it's great stuff. And the car looks really cool too. I'm curious for what the skeleton of that car looks like. Like, is it hollow in there except for just the cardboard that makes it? Is it built around another object, like a toy car or something like that? An action figure that's been cast of Amontillado in there. Next up, Dumb Stupid has brought us a katana. And I really dig this katana's design. One, it's not only did Dumb Stupid make the katana, but they also made a stand for it, which I think is really cool too. It uses a really neat wrapping for the handle, like reminds you of the stuff that I'm doing, but looks even cooler if I do say so. It looks even neater than what I've got here, so good job, Dumb Stupid. Quite neat indeed. Next up, T1 Assassin. This is actually a continuation from last Community Creation Showcase, where I showcased their Rebellion from Devil May Cry was a work in progress. And here they have finished it! It looks really great. Speaking of that, I actually went back and looked at what Rebellion from the original Devil May Cry games actually looked like. And yeah, it's a great replica. Excellent job. Down to even the skull. That's incredible. I wonder what you used to make the horns. A bit hard to see from right here. Or how you got it to curve like that. And if it stays put or if you used a spine for it. If so, what kind of spine? Very interesting. I like it. And next, from another relative newcomer, either Joe Vendy Gamers, Yo Vendy Gamers, or Hovendi Gamers. I'm not sure what the root word is there, or what region it comes from. But regardless, they have made an artillery cannon that actually works, using a mechanism using fuel as alcohol to make the boom and also the sound. There's another photo they put of it in the server where they actually added wheels to it, making this absolute threat mobile. Gotta say, if I ever decide to take over the United States with an army of cardboard, I know at least one person I'm gonna call. For legal reasons, that was a joke. You all that's supposed to be a gift. They're supposed to be dancing to represent my joy seeing all of your incredible work. You all have done an excellent job. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. This has been a very fun stream. We've gotten a lot of cool stuff done. Thank you all for watching, whether you're here live or on the VOD. I will see you all next time. Drink lots of water and happy crafting. Remember, don't look directly into the eyes. Love y'all.